Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a twin flame, soulmate, no contact, low communication. What are their feelings? What's going on in this connection reading? So this is for all signs, whoever needs to hear this message today. I'm going to be pulling a lot of love message cards in this reading, so stay with me. For those of you that are new to my channel, I am a psychic medium. This will be a channeled message. I'm a professional intuitive love and life coach. If you're new, welcome. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And welcome back to all of my returning subscribers. Thank you for all of your comments, your likes, all of those things help my channel. I'm very, very grateful. Let's see what Spirit has for my no contact, soulmates or twin flames in separation. Like what's going on in this connection? What is my person thinking and feeling? Where do we go from here? Spirit, what do you have for us? I am listening for you now. The number 1111. Okay, 1111 is an important number for twin flames. It symbolizes the harmony and balance of soul counterparts. So keep your eyes open. If that's the one number that a lot of us do catch. So when you do see it, if you have a disconnected twin flame message, it could be your twin flame is thinking of you. You could be, on your way to reuniting with that twin flame, something like that. So keep that in mind. I have an attraction. There's a divine soul counterpart attraction that transcends superficiality. So it's an amazing attraction. These types of connections, twin flame, soulmates, it's more than we're physically attracted to each other. Our souls are connected, so it's so deep sometimes. And when we're not in that connection, or that connection has separated even temporarily, it's so painful sometimes. So I do understand that. It's very, very hard. So let's see. And then I have a labyrinth. Even when you feel lost, there's always a way through a labyrinth, right? So you're going through this incredible journey, this path that has no rhyme or reason, right? It has twists and turns and ups and downs and all kinds of craziness going on around you. But somehow you always find your way out. You always either find your way back to each other, or Spirit has something else planned for you. So whatever stage you're in with this kind of crazy, puzzle that you're going through, just know that it is, believe it or not, it's all part of your journey. It is part of your path. It's just hard to accept it when we're in it, right? It's just hard. Let's see where we're going. Spirit, what is my person thinking and feeling today? What are they thinking and feeling? What messages do they have for us? What do they want us to know? Where are we headed? I have a 3 of Wands. I have a 5 of Swords. I have an Emperor. And I have a Hermit. Okay, so part of me feels like they're taking credit for, I guess, the battle, like maybe they're know that it was them that maybe caused it, or that their ego got in the way with that Emperor energy. Like they were only thinking of themselves, is how I feel. And they pushed you away. I feel like somebody got pushed away. They got pushed away because my ego was bigger than what I was able to give you. Okay. And now they're feeling really alone. I will tell you that. I feel like I'm pretty lonely. I'm waking up lonely, Spirit just said. I'm going to bed lonely. And I'm missing you. So my ego did this. They're starting to realize that this was a good connection. Okay. That it just came into me as, even when they're with somebody else, like they could even be with other people, dating other people in the next relationship, that unfortunately they're still thinking about you. Okay, like they haven't gotten you out of their system, or they haven't moved on really from you, even though they may be with somebody else. So it was almost the sense of nobody else compares to you. Every time I try to be with somebody else, I can't get you out of my mind, so They still feel that connection. They still feel that connection. Nothing will ever compare to the love that we have, Spirit said. Okay. A judgment. We were put together for a reason. We were put together, we were called together for a reason. And one of us walked away, is how I feel. One of us walked away, maybe with not, they're saying a literally lame excuse, that, or even no excuses. So maybe there was no closure as to why they walked away. And they just left all the hurt behind, is how it just came into me. I have a 4. They just said a promise of a future. They promised a future commitment. They promised that we would be happy in the future. Now, this could still be coming for some of you. This could be them realizing that there's nothing that compares to this connection and that we are meant to be together. So that still could be coming. But it did come into me as almost the sense of a promise of the future. And then they dropped the promise. You know, they walked away from the dream. So I just want to start to get into some feelings as to why. Spirit, can you please share with me? Because they gave me lame excuses. Whatever the excuses were, they didn't make sense. They're not making sense. And we need something else. They're a work in progress. Okay, so there's a lot of little parts and pieces here, right? So maybe they see themselves as a work in progress, like they're trying to put themselves back together, you know, is how that just came into me. I have good fortune. They feel lucky right now that some of the things that they are working on, they're making progress with. Maybe they are putting pieces of their life back together. Maybe if they were struggling with illness, addiction, depression, you know, that they feel fortunate that they're actually feeling better, which could be good news for this connection, because if they're feeling better, they would, you know, and they're missing you, they would want to come back to this connection if that's what you want. They have been holding back things. Maybe this is how we got into this in the first place. You know, they held back secrets. They held back their feelings. They held back, they literally held back a real secret, like an affair or being with somebody else. So they held back, and you knew that something wasn't right. You know, it's like you knew in your heart that something wasn't right. You kept asking them what was wrong. They weren't communicating with you. They were standoffish, Spirit just said. They held back, and all of a sudden they just stopped communicating. So I do feel like they held back their secrets. They're hiding behind something. Either they feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be at this point in my life, so I can't offer you what you're looking for because I don't know what I want yet. So I feel like they're trying to piece their life together for some reason. I do at the bottom of the deck a new beginning. The sun is coming out. So that gave me hope that this connection could possibly come back around if you're interested. Maybe we have a second chance romance, something like that. Let's see what their feelings are. Spirit, what are their feelings? Why did they stop communicating? Why did they stop communicating? This is not the way I wanted things to end. I wish I could go back in time. So I have a little bit of regret here. Okay. You accepted me for me, the good, the bad, the ugly, and I couldn't do the same. Yeah, this feeling of I couldn't be there for you, or I couldn't give you what you wanted because I'm broken somehow, or I have to fix something in my life before I can be with you and help you and give to you. So I do feel like they were doing that. Now, you could have done it together, but they chose the route of I've got to do this alone, and that's how they feel like they can handle things. Every song I hear reminds me of you, that I believe. Hurting you was not the plan. I don't think they intentionally wanted to hurt you. I think they were just being in the moment, you know, and saying, I've got to do what I think is right for me, not realizing kind of the long-term ramifications of that. Even if they wanted to come back, that you would have such a hard time trusting again, or understanding why they did that, or how do we repair this damage now? So I don't even think they were thinking that far ahead. I think they were just in the moment and just said, like, I'm out of here because I'm not happy and I've got to do something to make myself happy. Give me more time. I'm working on being a better counterpart for you. So they may be asking for more time. Some of you may be saying, no way. I hope you will find forgiveness in your heart for me. So maybe there's an apology coming. Maybe they want to, maybe they want to talk. I fear that you will never look at me the same. It's hard for me to look at myself in the mirror. Definitely some regrets happening. See, that's what happens. Sometimes they just like jump ship and they shut off the world and they run away. In twin flame relationships, they're the runner, right? They stop communicating. They ghost. They shut down. You ask them what's wrong. They say nothing's wrong, right? So, and then all of a sudden they just say, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore, because it's hard work. It's hard work to communicate with somebody. It's hard work to face your fears and your challenges. So sometimes people take the easy way out. And the easy way out is you look at the person you're sharing your life with and you say, well, I'm not happy and it must be because I'm with you. Then they take themselves out into the real world. They're alone for a while and they realize they're still not happy because they took themselves with them. So that's what's going on. The cycle has to change. Something has to change in order for them to come back. They have a lot of memories of you. They're thinking of the good. Yeah, there's my Two of Cups again. Okay. And there's my Judgment again. So same message again. Okay. Different deck. The sense of, I can't get you out of my mind. Like, even if I start dating other people, the memories that we had together, what we had together, it was bigger, it was better, it was greater, it was deeper. And they haven't been able to replicate what they had with you, okay? Nor will they. So, because it's just a different connection with you. I do feel like they are struggling with something. I don't know if they're struggling. Bottom of the deck is a Devil card. So they could be struggling still with an area of their life, some of you with addictions or behaviors, patterns. I keep putting myself in the same situation and expecting different results. I keep getting myself in trouble, and whatever the trouble is, whether it's financial trouble, fights with employers, all kinds of things. And they've got to realize that the only thing that's happening, the thing that's the pivotal point, is them. All these things keep happening, but they're at the center of all of these things. It's like they do it to themselves. So maybe they're realizing that they are the problem, and they've got to figure out that they're the problem. So they got to figure out how to make some changes within themselves. Spirit, what do you have for us? My intentions can be selfish. 100%. I think this person was extremely selfish. I think they walked away. I have a hard time communicating. I think that when it got hard, they just said, I don't want to do this anymore. I keep writing and deleting messages. So they're attempting to reach out, and then they're hesitant because they don't want to do the work, or they realize how much they hurt you. And what if I hurt you again? So all of that starts to come forward. I hope you're not with someone else. It's almost like, I'm not with you. I'm not happy with anybody else, but I also don't want you to be with somebody else. You can't ask that of somebody. If you walked away and you turned your back on somebody, you don't have the privilege to ask them to not be with anybody else. They just don't have the right to that. So they can wish it, but if you want to move on, you certainly have the right to move on. Love doesn't feel like enough, and it is enough. Okay, maybe they're putting the material world into this equation, right? Like there's nothing that you guys couldn't have solved. There's nothing that you couldn't have talked through. You guys could have gotten through things. And, but if they took the material world, like I'm struggling financially, I don't like my job, I don't have enough, I want more, everybody's asking everything of me, including you, they were a victim, right? Then love wouldn't be enough for that person, because they have to find it in their heart that they got to work through these things, that they can't blame others for things that are going on in their life. I never should have let you go. I never should have let you go. If you just finally said, I'm fed up, I can't do this anymore, I'm not going to live like this. I'm playing games on purpose. Some of you this person may be trying to go back and forth. They're trying to have you prove to them that you love them, or they may be seeing if you're talking to anybody else or you're with anybody else, and they reach out just to kind of touch base, and they keep that little string attached just to give you that sense of hope that they're coming back sometimes. So sometimes they play those games. They're intentional games, and they just want to keep you in the loop, is how I feel. So be careful with that. They're either in your life or they're not. Okay. That random text message that just says, I'm thinking of you, that's to help heal their wound, not yours. Okay. They're reaching out to you because they are trying to answer something within themselves. Like, does she care about me still? Is she still think about me? They want the response from you that says, I'm still thinking about you. So I always say to people, you know what? They have your number. They know where you live. You were in a relationship with this person. If they wanted to come back into your energy, they can knock on your door, and they can show their face, and they can, admit their feelings once and for all. Spirit, what else do they want to say to us right now? Let's see. We incarnated together to clear specific patterns from our ancestral bloodline. So we might have gone through this, twin flames and soulmates. We have past life experiences. So we may be going through another kind of routine of, you walk out of my life and then you expect me to take you back, or you come back and we repair the damage. Like maybe we've gone through this cycle, whether it's in this lifetime or in past lifetimes. Mirrors, you're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. Go within to understand that you are seeing yourself, not me. They start saying, you did this. You said this. It's like, I didn't say that. That's what you said. So they start putting words in your mouth, because they're trying to justify, again, going back to that sense of lame excuses, some kind of victim mentality. But, at the end of the day, you still have feelings for this person, and you can have feelings for somebody that you're really mad at. I mean, I get that. I'm changing this pattern and I'm trying to move forward. I will give them some credit because I think that they are working on something. I think that they've identified them within themselves that every relationship I'm in, I kind of destroy or I ruin or something happens. So it can't be all these different people. It has to be me. So I feel like they are starting to at least identify what their part in it is, and maybe that's a big step for them. I'm assessing past life wisdom. There's the number 11 again. It's helping me understand things with a new perspective. Okay. So every time I go through this cycle of hurt or this cycle of loss or this cycle of pushing somebody away, they're realizing that, the only person that they're hurting is themselves over and over again, because they're pushing away usually people who really love them and really would be by their sides, unconditionally. But they end up pushing these people away from their lives. And then they wonder, like, why am I lonely? Why did I get hurt? So maybe they're becoming smarter. Maybe they're getting wiser in this separation, that they're going to have to put some work in. Spirit, what are their true feelings? What are their true feelings? What do you have for me? One day I'll go down on one knee and offer you a lifetime of love. So they still feel like you could be the one. They may still be thinking they're coming back and wanting to be with me, wanting to be with you. You came into my life suddenly and without warning. Maybe they weren't prepared for you. Maybe it was they just weren't, the timing wasn't right, and that's why they pushed you away. They pushed you away for fear, or the timing wasn't right, or it was all overwhelming, something like that. I do want to give you everything. I think they're working really hard at healing themselves right now. I think that they are struggling with, I want to be a better person. I want to try harder. You fell in love with this person for a reason. They're not all bad, right? You fell in love with them for a reason. It's just that you're mad at some of their behaviors, and if the behaviors change and they can be honest with that, then maybe we can get back together. An Ace of Pentacles. This just came into me as, can we try again? This just came into me as, can we try again? With Four of Cups, they're definitely missing you. They're definitely missing you. Okay, they're miserable without you. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but they're miserable without you. They're having a really hard time. Okay, so some of you are saying, good, they should. And then others are like, well, I'm struggling too. So it's painful, right? But they are miserable. They are miserable without you. I have a new cycle. I really do. I feel like, I don't know, if this person comes back, if this person's energy comes back, it's going to be because, one, I don't want to do it without you anymore. Like, it's easier to do it with you. I love you. I miss you. And in two, I'm ready to give you something that I couldn't give you up until now. Okay. Whether it's a commitment or honesty or my heart or being there for you, being in your life, active, if they have to be ready to give you those things. Okay. But if they truly are ready to start a new cycle, if they're truly, have learned from some kind of lesson, then this energy may come back. This energy may come back to you. Okay. And if not, if it doesn't come back to you, then they're on their own journey. They're learning, they're growing. You pray for them. And then in your heart that Spirit has something else for you too. And that's okay. But right now, I think that your person is miserable without you, is how it's coming into me. So let's ask Spirit to continue to guide you both. I hope these messages helped you today. These are very, very difficult readings because there's a lot of pain. But again, you fell in love with this person for a reason. They were in love with you for a reason. You don't just stop loving somebody. I get that. But you can be mad at somebody and continue to love them. I get that also. So let's thank Spirit together and ask Spirit for some comfort and some strength for you tonight. I want to thank Spirit. I want to thank Spirit for this reading today. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, go to my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com.